Have you ever wondered if your daily habits might be quietly speeding up how fast you age? The truth is, many things we do to stay comfortable or get things done can slowly take away our energy, focus, and independence as we get older. After you turn 70, habits that once seemed okay, like skipping exercise, eating the same way you did in your 40s, or avoiding new technology, can cause stiffness, tiredness, forgetfulness, and feeling disconnected. The problem is, by the time you notice these changes, the damage might already be happening. In this video, we'll look at 6 surprising habits you might want to change. Not just because others say so, but because changing them can help you live stronger, feel more confident, and enjoy life more. Make sure to watch until the end, where you'll find easy and useful tips to help you change these habits. You'll also hear inspiring stories, like Henry, who is 80 and got stronger with gentle exercise, and Linda, 72, who gained more energy by eating better. You might recognize some of these habits in yourself and learn clear steps to help you feel like yourself again. Whether you're over 70 or caring for someone who is, this video offers advice to keep your independence, improve your health, and face aging with hope and purpose. Don't miss it. Subscribe, hit the bell, and let's jump into these life-changing tips that can really help you thrive at this stage of life. If you haven't subscribed yet, please click that button and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Your support means a lot to me. If you find this helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone you care about. If you like this topic, leave a comment with the number 1. If it's not what you expected, comment 0 so I can make better videos next time. Now, let's begin. Number 1. Avoiding activities that build muscle. Many people over 70 believe it's safer to slow down and move less. That might sound reasonable. Your joints feel stiff, your balance isn't as good, and lifting anything heavier than a small bag feels hard. So, you tell yourself it's better to take it easy to avoid getting hurt. But actually, this is one of the most harmful ideas for older adults. Skipping muscle-building exercises and sitting around too much can slowly take away your freedom. It's like agreeing to lose your ability to move easily and confidently. Muscle loss can happen quietly, without pain, but it limits what you can do. Simple things like standing up from a chair or tying your shoes can become very hard. Muscles aren't just about strength. They're important for your overall health and keeping you energetic. Without them, you lose your independence and the freedom to live the way you want. As we age, a condition called sarcopenia, muscle loss with age, can get worse unless we do something to stop it. But you don't need to train like an athlete, lift heavy weights, or run far. It's about keeping your muscles active with gentle exercises like using your own body weight, light hand weights, or resistance bands. You don't need to spend hours in the gym. Just a few minutes each day can help. What matters most is doing it regularly and with a purpose. Every time you stand up without help, walk around, or reach for something, your muscles are working. Let me tell you about Martin, an 80-year-old who used to think avoiding exercise was safest. After a small fall a few years ago, he became more careful. Worried that even light exercise might cause another injury, he started moving less and spent most of his time sitting on the couch, doing only the safest tasks he thought would keep him safe. But with help from a physical therapist, he learned that being inactive was actually making things worse. He began slowly, doing just 5 minutes of easy strength exercises. Nothing complicated or risky. He practiced standing up from a chair without using his hands, lifting small cans and balancing on one leg while holding the kitchen counter. After 2 months, something amazing happened. His legs got stronger and, more importantly, his confidence grew. This kind of confidence comes from knowing you can move through your day with control and purpose. It's the confidence that helps you get out of bed without fear, walk through a store without needing a cart, and sit down on the floor to play with your grandchildren, knowing you can stand back up again. Strength isn't just about moving your body, it's about feeling proud and keeping your dignity. It's the peace of mind that comes from being independent and able to make your own choices. And the best part, you don't have to spend hours exercising to get there. Just a few simple, regular movements can help you take back what aging tries to steal. Many people don't talk about muscle loss because it happens slowly. It doesn't cause sharp pain or sudden problems at first, but over time you start to notice it. Maybe you get out of breath climbing stairs, or you need to hold on to something to stand up. Or you feel frustrated when your body doesn't work like it used to. But here's the good news. The sooner you start working on it, the easier it is to improve and regain your strength. It's never too late to start. You don't need fancy equipment or expensive tools. What really matters is deciding to make your strength a priority, taking control of your health, and letting go of the idea that resting all the time is the safest choice. Number 2, eating the same way you did in your 40s. For many people over 70, it's hard to change their old eating habits. They stick to the same portion sizes, the same comfort foods, and eat at the same times every day because it feels safe and familiar. That worked well for many years, maybe even decades. But honestly, your body isn't the same as it was in your 40s. Your metabolism has slowed down, your digestion doesn't work as well, and your body needs different things now. Many seniors keep eating out of habit rather than real hunger. They expect the same amount of food and the same kinds of meals at the same times each day. It feels comfortable, but it might not be what your body really needs as you age. Here's the tricky part. This routine can cause weight gain, tiredness, and even problems like blood sugar imbalances. It's like a quiet thief slowly stealing your energy without you noticing. After 70, every meal matters more. You probably don't need as much food as before, but you do need foods that are full of good nutrients, easy on your stomach, and support your body, mind, bones, and energy. It's about making smarter choices, eating smaller, balanced meals with lots of fiber-rich vegetables, lean proteins, healthy fats, and hydrating fruits. Cutting back on big servings of heavy meats, white carbs, and processed snacks will help too. This isn't about starving yourself or missing out on food. It's about giving your body what it really needs now, not what it needed before. Let me tell you about Linda. She's 72, and for most of her life, she ate 3 full meals every day without thinking much about it. But over time, things started to change. After dinner, she often felt too full, her energy dropped by late afternoon, and her clothes felt tighter. It wasn't extreme, but it was enough to notice. Her doctor didn't tell her to follow a strict diet or scold her. He just suggested simple, gentle changes. Eat smaller portions, add more plant-based foods, and pay attention to how full she felt. In just a few weeks, Linda saw real improvements. She lost some weight, felt more alert, slept better, and even noticed her mood was steadier. It wasn't about changing everything, just making small changes that fit what her body needed. If you're still watching and find this helpful, please type 1 in the comments to show you're with me. Just like you wouldn't keep wearing shoes from when you were 30, because they no longer fit or support you, your eating habits need to change too. Getting older means learning to care for your body in new ways. Eating less doesn't mean you're restricting yourself. It means making smarter choices, giving your body exactly what it needs to work well and cutting back on extra things that weigh you down. When you start eating balanced and thoughtful meals, you'll notice changes. Your energy will stay steady, your mind will feel sharper, and your emotions will be more balanced. And here's something important. It's totally okay to try new eating habits at this stage of life. It's a way of showing respect to yourself. You're not losing the joy of eating. You're building a better, healthier relationship with food. You're learning what really fuels your body, helps you thrive, and makes you feel your best. This kind of knowledge isn't just helpful, it's powerful. It's self-love and a way to honor your life right now by giving your body the care it deserves. Number 3, disconnecting from social interaction. As we get older, it's common to slowly pull back from others without even realizing it. After 70, it's easy to fall into isolation. It can start small, skipping a get-together here, saying no to an invite there, until it becomes a habit. You might find yourself canceling plans more often and telling yourself staying home is just easier. But here's the truth. Isolation doesn't always mean you want to be alone. It often happens because of physical challenges, emotional pain, or the quiet feeling that you don't have much to offer anymore. Maybe you've noticed that people don't check in on you as much as they used to, and it's hard not to feel forgotten. So, little by little, you start pulling away, until one day you find yourself in a place that feels safe, but also kind of lonely. You might tell yourself that being alone is peaceful and that you like it, but deep down, it's harder to ignore the truth. Being isolated isn't just a small problem, it's a real risk to your health. Feeling lonely is more than just a sad feeling. It can affect your body too. Research shows that seniors who don't have strong social connections are more likely to feel depressed, have memory problems, and face heart issues. Just like your body, your brain needs connection. Sharing stories, laughing, and talking about feelings. Without these regular connections, your mind starts to turn inward, and that's where problems begin. Think about light talks, shared jokes, or a quick phone call. These moments might seem small, but they're very important for your mental and emotional health. They are like exercises for your brain, keeping it active and sharp. More than that, they remind you that you matter and that people still care about you. Take Diane's story as an example. She's 77. After her husband passed away, she slowly stopped seeing her friends and going to the groups she used to enjoy. At first, she thought she just needed time to heal. But what began as a short break turned into years of quiet. Over time, Diane's thoughts became unclear, her days all blended together, and even simple tasks felt too hard. Her granddaughter saw this change and gently suggested she try something new, a weekly yoga class for seniors. Diane was unsure but decided to try it. What surprised her wasn't the exercise itself, but the feeling of connection. The little talks before class, the playful chatting after, and the shared laughs about their week. These small moments brought a spark back to Diane's spirit, making her days brighter and more joyful. She hadn't realized how much she missed being around others and feeling like she belonged. But you don't have to join every club or push yourself into noisy, crowded places. It's not about filling your schedule with activities. It's about finding simple, meaningful ways to stay connected. A weekly phone call with a friend, a casual walk with a neighbor, going to a small community event, or joining an online group based on a hobby you enjoy. These little efforts are like small doses of emotional care. These connections lift your spirits, give you more energy, and most importantly, remind you that you're not alone. The more we keep in touch with others, the stronger and more balanced we feel emotionally. Having friends and social ties makes life richer. It gives us meaning and brightens the quiet parts of our days. But sometimes being alone feels safe because it's quiet and familiar. There's a big difference between enjoying alone time to recharge and cutting yourself off from others. Alone time fills you up. Isolation slowly drains your energy. You have so much to offer the world, your experience, kindness, and humor. People are better just by having you around, even if you don't always see it. When you reach out to others, it helps you heal and also reminds someone else that they're not alone either. Your connections matter. Your presence brings comfort. In a world that can feel distant, a small act of reaching out can make a big difference for both you and someone else. Number 4, ignoring small health problems. Ignoring minor health signs might seem harmless, but after 70, it's actually very risky. We all notice things like feeling dizzy sometimes, slight chest pain, or getting really tired in the afternoon. These might seem so small that we don't pay attention. We say, "It's just aging," or "I don't want to bother anyone." Plus, we get tired of many doctor visits, so we stay quiet and ignore it. But here's the hard truth. Ignoring these small signs can lead to serious, even life-threatening problems. As we get older, our bodies become more sensitive, and those small signs are actually trying to warn us. What seems like a little swelling in your ankles might be your heart's way of asking for help. Forgetting things now and then might be more than just normal memory slips. It could be a warning of something serious. When we ignore these signs, it makes it harder to treat problems later. What could have been simple to fix becomes harder. Checking health issues early isn't about being scared. It's about staying in control and making smart choices. And that's something worth fighting for. I remember Peter, a 76-year-old man I knew. He was tough and didn't like to see the doctor unless it was really bad. If he didn't feel pain, he thought it wasn't worth worrying about. But after a while, his eyesight got worse, and his feet felt tingly. He ignored it, thinking it was just part of getting older. It wasn't until his daughter got worried and convinced him to get checked that he finally saw a doctor. That one doctor's visit changed everything for Peter. He found out he had early-stage diabetes. Luckily, because it was caught early, he was able to control it by changing what he ate and taking daily walks. His doctor warned him that if he had waited any longer, things could have become much worse. Peter was lucky. We know our own bodies better than anyone else. When something feels wrong or a symptom doesn't seem right, we should listen and take it seriously. This isn't about getting scared. It's about taking charge of our health. It's about giving ourselves the best chance to live longer and feel better. Not all illnesses come with clear signs or pain. Some sneak up quietly, and if we're not careful, they can go unnoticed. But as we get older, these small signs are very important. Acting on them early can lead to faster recoveries, fewer medicines, and more time doing what we enjoy. It also means trusting yourself and your instincts. If you feel your doctor isn't listening, don't be afraid to ask questions, get a second opinion, or stand up for what you need. You deserve that care. You deserve to protect the life you want to live. Number 5. Relying on your memory instead of writing things down. As we age, one habit that can quietly cause trouble is trusting our memory too much. If you're over 70, you might remember a time when you could easily keep track of birthdays, appointments, and medicines in your head. You didn't need calendars or reminders, and you felt proud of that. But over time, things change. Our memory isn't as fast as it used to be. It's not broken, just slower. We all know the feeling, trying to remember a simple thing like a name or detail that feels just out of reach. It's easy to ignore these little forgetful moments, but they can become more common and serious. Forgetting a lunch date is one thing, but forgetting if you took your medication is much more serious. Not knowing if you took your pills can lead to taking too many or missing a dose. This happens more often than people admit and can be dangerous, especially with important medicines like those for blood pressure, diabetes, or pain. Let me be clear. Using notes, reminders, or lists is not a weakness. It's actually smart and shows wisdom. It's a good way to care for your health and keep your mind at ease. I want to tell you about Edward, someone I really respect. At 71, Edward was proud of his great memory. His family relied on him to remember birthdays, manage the household money, and keep everything running smoothly without needing a planner. He didn't see any need to write things down because he trusted his mind to remember it all. But over time, things started to change. After missing an important doctor's appointment and forgetting to take his morning medicine twice in 1 week, Edward realized his memory wasn't as sharp as before. If you're still watching and this sounds familiar, please leave a comment to show you're following along. At first, Edward felt a little embarrassed, like asking for help meant he was giving up. He didn't want to rely on something he once thought was only for other people, not for him. But when he started writing down a few things and using his phone to set reminders, something surprising happened. It wasn't just that he got more organized. He felt lighter and calmer. He told me it was like dropping a heavy load he didn't even realize he was carrying. Our brains are amazing, but they're still human. After many years of memories and learning, it's normal for short-term memory to slow down a bit. That doesn't mean there's a problem. It just means a little extra help can make a big difference. Using a notebook, putting a calendar on your fridge, or setting phone alerts isn't a sign you're losing it. It shows you're smartly taking steps to take care of your life. What surprises many is how freeing it feels to move those tasks out of your head and into a system you can trust. It clears mental clutter and reduces stress. Instead of repeating your to-do list over and over in your mind, you can now rely on your notes and reminders. Your mind can relax, and that brings peace and confidence. So don't be afraid to make things easier for yourself. Use the tools that help you stay organized and in control. You deserve the calm and clarity these simple habits bring. Remember, it's not about your memory failing. It's about being smart enough to know when your brain needs a break. And believe me, that's a strength, not a weakness. Number 6. Turning away from technology completely. One of the most common but limiting habits many people over 70 fall into, sometimes without even realizing, is avoiding technology altogether. It's easy to do. Maybe it feels too confusing or overwhelming with all the strange words and settings. Or maybe you've tried it and felt lost. You might tell yourself, "I don't need that," or "I'm too old to learn new things," or "I've managed fine without it all these years." At first, these thoughts can feel comforting or make you feel safe and confident in your routine. But really, they slowly keep you away from tools that could actually make your life better. Technology doesn't have to be scary or complicated. You don't need to dive into social media or buy every new gadget. It can be simple things like learning how to send a text by voice, using a phone reminder, or checking your health info online. These small steps can make your daily life easier in ways you might not expect. Technology isn't just a trend or something you have to fake liking. It's a helpful tool, a lifeline that can help you manage your medications and much more. Stay in touch with your family, get help quickly in emergencies, and find answers fast using technology. So, if you choose to ignore it completely, you're not avoiding stress. You're just making yourself more dependent on others, and that can feel very lonely. Let me tell you a story. Diana is 78. For a long time, she relied on her daughter for almost everything, checking appointments, refilling medicines, and finding out about family events. Her daughter was always there to help, but Diana started feeling something no one wants to feel: dependent. She didn't want to be a burden, but slowly that's what was happening. One day, her grandson sat down with her and showed her how to use the calendar on her phone, set reminders, and even order her medicine online. At first, it was hard. There were many questions, mistakes, and moments of doubt. But bit by bit, something wonderful happened. She began doing things on her own that she used to ask her daughter for help with. The real change came when she felt something she hadn't felt in a long time: capable and independent. That's what this is all about. It's not about learning every new app or following every tech trend. It's about getting your freedom back, step by step. Small successes with technology add up fast. checking the weather, reading messages from family, getting health updates, or joining an online class. These little things can boost your confidence and show you that you can learn, adapt, and most importantly, stay connected to the world around you. You don't have to be a tech expert. What helps is curiosity and having someone patient to guide you. If you've ever felt embarrassed or frustrated because you didn't know how to use something, it's time to let that go. Everyone starts somewhere, and no one expects you to get it perfect right away. The important thing is to give yourself permission to learn, make mistakes, and keep going. Technology isn't something to fear as you get older. It can actually be one of your best tools. The more open you are to it, the more choices you have. As we finish this video, take a quiet moment to think about what we talked about today. Which habit felt familiar? Which one surprised you now that you're over 70? Life changes as we get older, but no one gives us a new guidebook. It's easy to stick to habits that feel safe, but over time these habits might quietly hurt your health, freedom, and peace of mind. Here's the good news. It's never too late to make a change. You don't need to change everything overnight. It starts with seeing these common habits and taking one small, meaningful step forward. Maybe that's moving a little more each day, changing your meals to better fit your body, or asking someone to help you use your phone. Remember, you're not falling behind. You're learning how to move forward with more clarity and confidence. You are capable, you are important, and you are never too old to start fresh. As we end, think back on what we shared. These habits can either hold us back or help us live stronger, more meaningful lives as we age. Technology, movement, independence, and the choices we make every day are the building blocks of a full life. Now I'd love to hear from you. What's one thing from today's video that really stood out? What's one small change you feel ready to try? Please leave a comment and share your thoughts. When we open up and share, we encourage others too. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with someone who might benefit, and subscribe to our channel to stay updated. We're all on this journey together, and I'm truly grateful you spent this time with us. Take care, and I'll see you next time.